welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about a storm in the East Pacific. This is Tropical Storm Dolores. And if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. Now let's get right on into it. So currently we have Tropical Storm Dolores, which is right off the coast of Mexico, and currently has maximum sustained winds of 40 miles an hour, minimum central pressure of 1,004 millibars, and is moving west-northwest at 8 miles an hour. If we go down here, we're going to start off with our arrival time of winds with wind speed probabilities, and that is right in here. So now this storm is going to be taking a turn further toward the northwest and riding up the coast of Mexico. We have almost a 100% chance of tropical storm force winds for a pretty decent amount of time here until early to midday on Saturday. So with the warnings in cone, we have tropical storm warnings and watches in place along the coast of Mexico as the storm is going to take a turn toward the north and apparently make landfall right on the cusp there, kind of just riding up the coast of Mexico, which could mean that this storm will be a very costly storm, as we are going to continue to see some storm surge on the coast of Mexico. We do have key messages for the storm. Dolores is expected to continue strengthening today and on Saturday, and it could be near hurricane strength when it reaches the coast of west central Mexico by Saturday evening. A tropical storm warning and a hurricane watch are now in effect for portions of southwestern and west central coasts of Mexico. Heavy rains are forecast over coastal sections of the Mexican states of, I'm going to butcher all these, Oaxaca, Guerrero, Michoacan, Colima, Jalisco, and Nayarit during the next few days, which could result in life-threatening flash flooding and mudslides. Here is Dolores currently on the satellite imagery. Right now it is a pretty broad area of storminess, but we do have a confined center right in the middle of all of this moisture. Here is the current storm information for this storm. We're going to start off with our global and hurricane models, which actually takes this into Mexico much earlier than the official cone. We also have the GFS ensembles, which has this riding straight up the coast, barely making landfall and then taking a turn toward the west, making landfall in Baja California as well. The GEPS is kind of right along the lines of the GFS, having this kind of cutting a small portion of Mexico in that landfall. Intensity guidance. This is where things are kind of weird, because most of these models here have this getting pretty close to hurricane strength at some point, and one of these models actually has it reaching that category 1 status. But I think that this storm is going to make landfall before then, which will keep it lower in this 50 to 60 knot range, which is where most of these models peak out at. So let's just go to Weather Nerds here, and we're going to go right in here to the European ensemble, which has it taking that GFS type track, taking that turn, making landfall, and eventually starting to bear out into the western parts of Mexico. So we're going to be moving on here to the East Pacific GFS model. Here is Dolores, and the GFS has us making landfall and almost dissipating right away. So that is almost instantaneous. Look at that, it gets so strong right in there, 990 millibars, pretty strong, and it just absolutely collapses as soon as it makes landfall. The terrain of Mexico is pretty mountainous, so that does kind of make sense. Mountains usually don't help with hurricanes maintaining their strength, so that does make a little bit of sense, but there is plenty of moisture here. If we go to total accumulated precipitation and we move in here, we have at least 2 inches along the entire coastline, most likely more. And if we go into our lower dynamics and look at these winds, we will most likely see this become a strong tropical storm, borderline hurricane, and then make landfall and immediately dissipate. So, what do you think of this storm? Comment in the comment section down below. But that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.